Hey, pause this for a second. So, I have a question. What if dinos were to come back today?
First, we will have to see the dinosaurs that are present on the final days of the Cretaceous. The Triceratops. This herbivore was armed with 3 horns on its head, giving it its name. They regularly threw hands at T-Rex. As it was a herbivore, it most likely wouldn't have caused that large of a threat. That is, unless you're a middle-aged woman getting too close to her Facebook profile pic. In that case, you'd probably end up like a human shish kebab. The Anki. This armored dino basically looked like an angered potato with a penchant for violence. Another large herbivore, the Anki was a formidable opponent, being armed with a large club on its tail. This club was capable of breaking large carnivore bones, so imagine what it could do to you. You'd basically be a glorified Kit Kat bar. And that's not to mention that Ankis were covered in a thick layer of armor, meaning that any carnivore that was looking for a quick snack was almost instantly disappointed. The Alamosaurus. This 85-foot, 33-ton sauropod was the only known sauropod in North America after a 30 million year gap in the fossil record. To our knowledge, they would have made it to North America just in time to go extinct around 66 million years ago. They are one of the few South American dinos to be successful in North America as adults. Probably had no natural predators, but I bet that's just because they never met Nikocado Avocado.
Excuse me! It's actually peasants! I'm gonna beat you!
Once again, as a herbivore, it probably wouldn't be a major threat to humans. It probably wouldn't even notice us. The T-Rex, the king of lizards, they were the largest predatory theropods by mass. Made extremely popular in 1993 by the release of the movie Jurassic Park. Throughout the movie, Rexy hunts our main characters, never actually eating one.
Am I a joke to you?
After watching Jurassic Park more times than I could count growing up, going into this I expected us to be on its dinner menu. However, recent studies show that they ran anywhere between 10 to 15 miles per hour, meaning they were about as fast as my grandma running through the aisles of a busy Walmart during rush hour. Plus, we have a superpower that this carnivore didn't. Cars, and a Model 1895 SBL.
Okay, so that's interesting. But with all these dinosaurs coming back, how would that affect our climate and our food chain?
Okay, well, first things first. These dinos are used to way higher levels of oxygen in the atmosphere. That means them being magically put into our current time would probably just kill them. But for the sake of the scenario, we'll just say that it doesn't. With these giant beasts roaming the planet again, a lot of things would be thrown out of whack. For the sauropods alone, they need to eat about 400 pounds of plants per day to survive, and that's not even stating that the plants we have nowadays may be able to feed them at all. In the case that these herbivores could eat our plants, they would completely decimate our plant life in an instant. These guys are eating hundreds of pounds of plants per day, and this isn't a Jurassic Park incident where there's only a couple being released. There's thousands, maybe millions of them coming back. And thinking about it, these carnivores do have one advantage that we don't. As humans, we have spent hundreds of thousands of years cultivating, making livestock and farms so that way we can eat. These predators would just be able to walk into farms and eat these cows, chickens, goats, whatever there is, just because we wouldn't be able to protect them right off the bat. So in a scenario where these dinosaurs come back, they would devastate our agriculture, destroying our farms and eating our livestock before maybe we even get a hint as to what is happening. In the long run, it could lead to massive food shortages, which could definitely impact how we live our modern lives today. And like I already said, this isn't some type of Jurassic World situation where these dinosaurs get released and there's only a couple of them being released so you could capture them. No, these are thousands, maybe millions of dinosaurs getting released in an instant. That alone could really set us back farther than we might expect.
So basically, the dinosaurs are put in a new environment. Does this mean that the dinosaurs are afraid of us?
Well, it depends on the scenario, right? In a scenario where they never went extinct and they evolved alongside us, maybe not. It just depends how we evolved alongside them, if we ever did. But for our scenario, I don't think they would fear us at all. They have no recollection of what we are. They have no idea what we are. For them, we're a completely new thing, so why would they fear us without first getting to know what we are? I honestly believe the best question to ask is, should we be afraid of them? There would be nothing stopping them from walking directly into cities. They don't know what humans are. For them, it really would be a concrete jungle. The danger in this is less about being eaten, but more about the traffic. A driver in this instance, not paying complete attention to the road, might ram one of the dinosaurs, injuring or killing anybody in the vehicle, or injuring and killing the animal itself. The only hope I really have is that just like any other animals, that the sounds and lights of a city might keep them away.
So, how would the dinosaurs impact our day-to-day lifestyle?
Honestly, I personally don't think it'd be a major difference. Most people live in cities, so at least for those people, other than some small traffic issues, I don't think even a T-Rex can make Denver worse. The biggest differences would be out in farming regions. Farmers would have to invest in better security to keep the dinos out and away from their livestock. Of course, rural areas in general would pose a greater risk for dino attacks. Less lights and more nature would definitely be inviting for any dino.
Wait a second. So, would this turn into a whole Jurassic Park situation?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past us to just grab up some of these dinos and shove them into a giant zoo. Let's just hope it doesn't end the same way. But no, seriously, I think it'd be too tricky, just off the amount of food it takes to keep them healthy, and on top of that, the amount of space they need. Any real Jurassic Park would be sad, almost as sad as SeaWorld. In captivity, there's a 0% chance that these animals would be happy. To finish things up, if dinos came back, it could either destroy us or barely impact us. It's such a large topic that it would be physically impossible for me to shove everything into one video. Maybe one day we'll come back to this topic and see how it affects the entire world, not just North America. I would like to say that in my personal headcanon, we hopefully find a way to coexist and not just, die.